Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. I mean, I know that we are all focused on that game on Sunday where the Premier League title is so close, and yesterday we saw Burnley against Aston Villa, and Burnley literally should have had a win, I should say, but Burnley played well. And just a bit about that game before I go into the latest news and some discussions which I wanted to share with you guys. So, Aston Villa yesterday very much they fielded their first team. Maybe except from Coutinho and maybe Erzi Konsa, they fielded their first team, and in a way that is a positive news for us because they will be fielding a similar sort of a team with us on Sunday as well, because that is their pretty much their first team except for Danny Ings, Coutinho and Erzi Konsa, and many players in the Aston Villa team, they already looked like they're on the beach because of course they don't have anything to play for. Them they will neither go down or nor they're fighting for a European place or a title and stuff like that. So I mean, lot of positivity coming, especially yesterday with the fitness boost, and today seeing that Aston Villa game and stuff. But let us come to the latest news. In an interesting turn of events, this all started yesterday, but it really gathered steam today. City have slashed a 55 million pounds price tag on Gabriel Jesus. That is almost close to how much we pay for Haaland, the release clause which we pay for Haaland to get him from Borussia Dortmund. So, and Arsenal are like they're balking at the amount of money. It seems that they want to bargain. It seems that we know how Arsenal are, especially Arsenal and Man United. Man United especially, they don't care about the salaries and stuff, but they always bargain. Even 10 pounds, even £1 million, they just bargain. Man United and Arsenal also similar sort of a club. I think that maybe Arsenal want Gabriel Jesus for round about 35-40 million pounds, but we are right to slap a 55 million pound price tag on him. Now let us look at how other strikers around Europe are being priced. Darwin Núñez priced around 80-90 million pounds. If Darwin Núñez was a Brazilian, he would be 110 million pounds, right? So I mean, I think 55 million pounds in a way, Arsenal should be happy they're getting Gabriel Jesus. I know it's not on a cheap because Gabriel Jesus has just 1 year left on his contract to run down. I know that, but 55 million pounds, I think Arsenal should realize what Arsenal should realize is that they're getting a striker who's experienced in the Premier League, who has worked with Mikel Arteta before, who can do all the defensive work of Mikel Arteta, who knows the ins and out of that system. And like we used to say about Yaya Toure, that he's played in that Barcelona system. It's the same way Gabriel Jesus has played in this Pep Guardiola system at Man City, the great Pep Guardiola system at City, where we have won, 100 points, the Centurion season, and things like that. I mean, Gabriel Jesus was the one who hit the final goal against Southampton. I remember that day to get us to 100 points 3 seasons back. But news is coming. I'm a bit surprised at this, I must say, because news is coming that Pep Guardiola wants Gabriel Jesus to stay. I don't know. I don't quite know about the authenticity of this news. It's not coming from top tier journalists, but I do feel there's something around this. There's some authenticity around this. There's some truth to this, because Pep has always been a fan of Gabriel Jesus, been a fan of his hard work and things like that. That pressing and stuff. Pep Guardiola in the past has said that maybe apart from Roberto Firmino, who presses really well, Gabriel Jesus is one of the best pressing strikers in the entire world. He wouldn't find someone with those qualities in the entire world, how much money you give them. So Pep really loves Gabriel Jesus. Pep loves Raheem Sterling as well. The problem we've got with that is Haaland is coming, Julian Alvarez is coming. Both the deals are finalized, which means City will have to vacate at least one spot, one attacking spot. I mean, which attacking spot will you vacate? Riyad Mahrez? I don't think the club would want Mahrez to go, especially with the form he's been in. if I'm not wrong, Mahrez has scored 24 goals or something this season in all competitions for the club. I think he's behind Kevin De Bruyne in the Premier League in the top scorers chart for City. So Mahrez will not go. Bernardo Silva is in his prime. Grealish you bought for £100 million. I mean, all those players are not gonna go. So whom will you vacate? It's just Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus for me, one of the two. And like we were discussing yesterday as well on this stream, Raheem Sterling, the reason why Pep likes Sterling is the way he finds free spaces and goes into them. In a similar way, the reason why Pep likes Gabriel Jesus is the way he can drop into the midfield, the way he can press the ball, the defensive work that he does, and more importantly, the versatility of Gabriel Jesus is so important for Pep. I mean, Sterling is versatile, but Gabriel Jesus is maybe more versatile than Sterling. I mean, we have seen in that Real Madrid match, right? Especially the first leg, we have stuck Real Madrid with a technical tornado. That was the term Peter Dury used. City is striking Madrid with a technical tornado that Madrid just cannot come out of. So, and the reason for that was Gabriel Jesus, the movement he was making, dropping into the midfield, overloading the midfield. Carlo Ancelotti was just stunned for at least the first half in that match. So Gabby can do that, but Haaland is coming, Alvarez is coming. You need to vacate some spots. I really do not know how we will manage this. One has to go. Pep doesn't like to leave both Sterling and Jesus, especially Jesus. But I think if someone is willing to pay £50 million, Jesus will go. And the other side to this story is, yes, Pep wants Jesus to stay, but Gabriel Jesus is looking for regular playing time. I mean, that's a fair expectation from Gabriel Jesus, looking for regular playing time. His agent has also there, I mean, he hasn't said it publicly, but there have been murmurs going around. Sources around the club have been telling that Gabriel Jesus wants more playing time if he wants to pen a new deal for City. And now Gabby knows. Let us look at the situation practically. Haaland is coming. Gabby knows the striker position is sealed. And in almost all the important matches, most of them at least, Erling Haaland is going to start. He's going to take precedence. The wages he's on and things like that. Erling Haaland, the best striker in the world right now. So the striker position is sealed off for Gabby. So left wing, right wing, to be on the left wing, that's not Gabby's preferred position, I know. But to be on the left wing, Gabby is competing with you Phil Foden. Sometimes when you're Jack Grealish. So that would be even Raheem Sterling if Sterling stays, which means right wing. Right wing is competing with right now Julian Alvarez, who prefers to play on the right. Julian Alvarez. Sterling's preferred position is right rather than the left. Sterling, Riyad Mahrez. I mean, just Mahrez and Julian Alvarez, looking at that competition itself, it seems it's very difficult to get playing time because both are exceptional players. And Julian Alvarez offers the defensive rate that Gabriel Jesus has. So if you are Gabriel Jesus, I know as City fans really love him, but if you are Gabriel Jesus, you are in such a position right now, at least this is what I think, this is my personal opinion. So if you're Gabriel Jesus, you are in such a position right now that you have learned the art of the trade from Pep Guardiola from the past 3-4 years, even 5 years. Now is the right time for you to make that leap. Now is the right time for you to be a leader in a team, and City is surely not that team because the places are not there. It's not that Gabriel Jesus is not good enough for City, but the places are not there. I mean, let us talk about this. Let us talk about this very frankly. Is Gabriel Jesus actually good enough to take City to the next level? We all love Gabby. I mean, he has scored so much this season, especially against Madrid, and in the previous games, against Watford, he scored 4. So we all like him. But to be very fair, both Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling have been at the top. If you look at the Premier League charts for the biggest chances missed, for the most gilt-edged chances missed from the last 3, 4, 5 years, Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling have consistently been in the top two, top three positions, which means that okay, they're scoring goals, but what is the weightage of the goals they're scoring? Are they scoring them in big moments? That is what is necessary. I mean, you might say that some people were comparing the penalty record of Mahrez and Haaland just when Mahrez missed that penalty against West Ham. I mean, both are similar. Both score 85% of the penalties. But for me, that is a wrong way of comparison. Just as an example, you need to compare who misses penalties in the biggest moments. Karim Benzema, before he took that penalty in the extra time of second leg against us, he missed two of his last three. But in what matches he has scored? He has scored in the Champions League first leg. He has scored in the Champions League semi-final second leg. He has missed two penalties in his league when the league was done. So I mean, we need, so just taking this example further and putting it together with Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling, I think that both of them miss high quality chances in important moments. Important moments is the key here. You know, the very best teams to go to the next level for City, the thing is, we need sharpshooters, we need hungry predators, ruthless predators. And are Gabriel Hills and Raheem Sterling that? No, they're not. So that is the reason why I do think it might not be such a bad deal for both parties, for City as well as Gabriel Jesus to leave. Gabriel Jesus will get more of his playing time, and City will have the space for players who can take us to the next level. Now we are consistently playing in Champions League semi-finals, and I mean the deeper stages of all of the cups. We're consistently competing for the Premier League title, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. I mean, everything. Champions League deeper stages. So you need players who can be very sharp in those stages. And for me, Erling Haaland and Julian Alvarez, Phil Foden, they are the people, not Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling. I mean, if you say for me, I know I was defending Raheem Sterling yesterday, but if an offer comes in for Raheem Sterling, I think the time has come now for us to, I mean, just sell off Raheem Sterling and maybe look at a guy who is much more sharper than Raheem Sterling. I think just looking at this Gabriel Jesus news, and Pep wants him to stay. I think it's better for both parties to just leave. I think if a bid of £50 million comes in for Gabriel Jesus, he should be sent out. He'll get more playing time, and City will get someone who is much more sharper in the big moments. Gabriel Jesus is sharp, but we need someone who's much more decisive. Now, the second news is, this is interesting for me. This has come out of nowhere. City interested in Jules Kounde. Jules Kounde was a player, I remember Chelsea was very interested in last season, I think. And we were interested in the season before Ruben Diaz came. I mean, Jules Kounde was ahead of the pecking order of Ruben Diaz as well. We had Kounde as our second choice and Ruben Diaz as our third or fourth choice, something like that. It was just the price of Sevilla that has put us off. So Jules Kounde is an interesting one for me. The news surrounding this is Jules Kounde has a £68 million release clause. So City can get him if we pay that £68 million, which is a decent amount for a player of Jules Kounde's stature. He's excellent in the air. I think he has won the highest amount of aerial duels this season in La Liga. And also he's just 23. He's seen as someone who's excellent on the ball. He is fast. He has pace. He's fast. He'll add something new to our defense. If you see our defense, Laporte, Ake, maybe Stones is a bit of pace. There is not much pace in it, right? Kyle Walker, without him, look at how we have suffered against West Ham. So it wouldn't hurt if you add someone like a Jules Kounde. The report is that maybe if Nathan Ake or John Stones leave the club next season, I think John Stones leaving the club next season is just a load of bullshit. It's just a load of crap. Why will John Stones leave the club next season? He's pretty much been given a lot of playing time this season. He's done well. He's almost been a leader in defense this season in the absence of Ruben Diaz. Against that Atletico Madrid second leg, John Stones was the one who inspired our defense. That game we should have honestly, at least Atletico Madrid should have drawn the tie, or we should have even lost. They were just attacking us in the second half, and John Stones, he just stood like a rock over there. But Ake is an interesting one for me. I mean, it's not gathering momentum, I know, because the season is not over. But I do think Nathan Ake might just leave. Nathan Ake might leave in search of better playing time. Because Nathan Ake is a much, much better defender than sitting on the bench of City as a fourth choice defender. Is much better than that. And Nathan Ake is a leader. We should not forget it. Nathan Ake is... What do you say? Nathan Ake has led Bournemouth almost. He has kept Bournemouth up with his defensive displays. He can hold the defense together. So I think Nathan Ake, if you ask me, he deserves to start day in and day out. But unfortunately, if you look at the standard of defenders we have, Laporte, Diaz, Stones, I think Ake comes in at fourth. There is no question about it. And so I don't. And also, I don't have any offense with that. And I do think that Nathan Ake will leave this summer. And if that is the case, I mean, again, like Sumant was telling yesterday, that would you bring in Calvin Phillips, or would you groom someone like a Romeo Lavia? It's a similar question here. Would you bring in Jules Kounde, or would you groom a Luka Mbiti? Would you groom a CJ Egan Riley? Things like that. I mean... If we get Cucurella, I think Pep won't be concerned about losing Ake, because Cucurella can play in centre back as well. If you look at the positions he's played in his career, he's good on the ball, he's very good on the ball, better than Ake. He has the defensive awareness, he has the awareness of space. What does playing a centre back mean? Playing a centre back means having that awareness of space. That is what a Cucurella has. So Pep won't be worried. But if Cucurella doesn't come, then I think we are definitely going for Jules Kounde. But I think our priority this season has always been a striker, a central midfielder, and a left back. Maybe a striker, a left back, and a central midfielder in that priority. Fernandinho's replacement could be our least priority. I think left back, we have seen how we have almost struggled. We need to bring someone else for cover over there at the left back position. So Jules Kounde is an interesting one for me. But there's the thing again. If it is going to be so much different, Stones leaving or Ake leaving. If Ake leaves, left footer is leaving, so Pep would really want another left footer to come. You would not to risk just Aymeric Laporte playing the entire season, right, with just one left footer. Pep really loves to have that balance in defense, left footer and a right footer over there. So it depends. If someone like a Stones leaves, which I do not want it to happen, but worst case scenario, he gets a good offer. Newcastle tell him, for example, you'll be the leader of our defense. Might be Stones might go. Or another team in Europe come calling. Other team who can offer Champions League football come calling. Stones might go. You never know. So if John Stones goes, I think it will be Jules Kounde who will come to replace him. But if it's Nathan Ake is going, I think it's Pau Torres is costly, I know, but there aren't many left-footed central defenders. Is Luka Mbiti a left-footed central defender? Just let me know in the comments below. I don't think so. I don't think so about Luka Mbiti. I think he's a right-footed central defender. So I mean, if Ake does leave, I think we are going for Pau. Again, if Ake leaves, we get Cucurella, Pep will be okay, because it will be Kyle Walker, Jan Couto, Cancelo, Zinchenko will be there, and then it's Cucurella. He can well cover at centre back for some time, at left back. So I think Pep won't be worried. I think getting Cucurella is very important, because when we got Nathan Ake, I thought that we got someone who is comfortable playing both at left back and centre back. But we saw, I know that Ake has played at left back at various points in his career, and Ake is just 25, 26 now, so it's not like he's very old or something. He's just coming into his prime, and 25, 26 is considered as a very young age for centre backs and stuff. But the thing is, we have seen the limitation of Ake on the ball. Ake at the starting, I mean last season as well, Ake wasn't as good on the ball. This season he has improved so much, and that is the reason why Pep is reluctant to him. If Ake was very good on the ball, I think half fit Ake would have played ahead of Fernandinho there. I think Pep sees Ake as someone who's exceptional defensively. I repeat this again and again, but I love to say this about Ake. I love to say that Nathan Ake is one of the best 1v1 defenders in world football, not just the Premier League. He's one of the best in aerial duels, he's one of the best 1v1 footballers, but is limited on the ball, and Pep's entire gameplay is based on building out from the back, and if only one centre back builds out from the back, it just becomes too predictable. Then you can easily block the passing lanes as an opposition team. Then, I mean, the entire build-up structure comes down. So those are the reasons why Pep has not trusted Ake as much. I think Ake in a team that is much less reliant on playing out from the back is just going to be a very good acquisition. For example, Ake could have single-handedly made Arsenal's defense or even a United's defense much, much better. He gives the leadership and all, but just that sense of playing out from the back is not there. So Jules Kounde is an interesting thing. Like I said, again, it depends on us signing Cucurella or not. If we sign Cucurella, I don't think we'll go for Jules Kounde. Instead, we'll try to spend that. We'll try to save some money actually. See, you can get Cucurella for £30 million, and maybe you can buy a Calvin Phillips with another £30 million. His release clause is just £25 million. So with just the money you spend on Kounde, you could just buy both of them, and then you sell Gabby for 55 million pounds, which means apart from Haaland's transfer, you have almost had a zero net spend. So that would be a great financial strategy as well. And also we have to remember, we have sold Pedro Porro on a permanent deal to Sporting Lisbon. I think the buyback clause is £34 million, but I don't think we'll be exercising it very soon because we have got Jan Couto right now, and we have earned £8 million from the sale of Pedro Porro. We have bought him for £4 million, and we have sold him for £8 million. That is another £4 million of profit. So again, I would want to ask you guys, how are you feeling ahead of the Sunday match? It's just 2 days remaining, right? The days suddenly, each second is just passing out so slowly. I mean, it's sometimes the thoughts are like, it just terrifies me. Aston Villa last day, it could be a freak of a result. QPR, anything could happen. But I don't know, it's just mixed reactions. Sometimes I'm confident in the team, I'm very much confident, but on other times, just the emotion grips you. It's just, past events, for example, events against Madrid. How thoughts give you that nerves, pressure, what to do if the crowd becomes tense, what to do if we get nervous then on the last day and Liverpool score an early goal, for example. Lot of thoughts gripping me, and like we were speaking on it from the last few days. This is going to be a match against our own selves, against our mentality, against our mentality, character, personality. We would be playing against all of the pressure and things like that, not against Aston Villa. I mean, Walker and Stones, it's a great fitness boost, and Kounde news is something really refreshing. Gabriel Jesus news has been interesting, surprising for me, because I really thought that there was no space for City to keep even Gabriel Jesus with Haaland and Julian Alvarez arriving. But if Gabby stays, Sterling is going, because I don't see any other way out. None of Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, because Gundogan has almost confirmed. Here's another news for you. Gundogan has almost confirmed that he is staying on for the next season. And we have to remember, Gundogan is also practicing his coaching batches. So Gundogan it would not be too much bad for Gundogan to just sit on the bench and pick Pep's brains and be involved in that sort of a setup as well, like Fernandinho was doing for the last 2 seasons. So Gundogan is not leaving, so I do think Gabriel Jesus leaves or Fernandinho leaves. Anyway guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you like the content, please click on the like button, and also do click on the bell icon and the subscribe button so that you get notifications whenever I put on new videos. Still fingers crossed and tense for the City game on Sunday against Aston Villa. Anyway, see you guys and take care.